The hidden doors, bookshelves, or bookcases sound so dope. I love me a secret Scooby Doo entrance. Gotcha. Oh man, dude, that game. I love the. Ever since Breath of the Wild, I love how the gaming industry has adopted the whole like, just let them jump and fucking glide to wherever they want to go. Um, and we've seen parachutes in Warzone. Uh, and Enshrouded, you get the little like flying squirrel suit. Love that. All right, hold on, I gotta pick a new song. I need to make a playlist again. I don't know what to play in this game. Oh well, not just open world's huge, but I meant like the like if you get to a cliff and you jump, give the gamer something to let them glide. So Breath of the Wild, Warzone, like Breath of the Wild, it's like a hang glider. Warzone, it's a parachute. Uh, there's a game called Palia that's also a hang glider, and then um, Enshrouded's a flying squirrel suit. Um, just that like extra bit of freedom, right? You know, like we've seen it. The games evolve from just like letting us fast travel to giving us really cool mounts to now just like give them mounts, but also just let them fly. If you're talking to me, Leafy, I don't really remember. Probably about what deck to play, what you've been up to today, something like that. Did Matchy stream those things? I really want to play some Helldivers. I started that last night. That game's been fun as hell. That's like old school. Reminds me of early Call of Duty Zombies. Just like fun. Oh, that's another. Okay, so Power World's awesome. Great shout. A. B. The whole climbing a surface thing is something that Breath of the Wild's also done, but we haven't seen it adopted as much as the gliding, but it should be. Like I love that in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Power World, Palia. I love that. That needs to that also now some I'm kind of a fan. I like how in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, if it's raining and you don't have the right gear, you'll slip on those surfaces. Some of my friends hated that aspect of Breath of the Wild. You chilling. Word. Yeah, like I said, normally I'm like on Twitch, just even if it's just like in the background more than I had been today, if that makes sense. Leafy, do you play Snap too? I know you're always chilling in Matchy's stream. Oh no 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 no. I don't remember what I was playing. Oh yeah, this game. Yeah, it's my favorite background noise thing because I'm one of those that like when I watch a show, especially if it's like an elite show, right? Um, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially if it's elite, and especially if it's my first time watching, I watch. Like I'm not one of those who has like I'm not on my phone scrolling Instagram. I'm not gonna be playing Snap when I want to watch one of these episodes. I'm not on a tablet, right? Um, I just feel like some shows deserve that, right? Like some like the really best forms of movies, television, etc. They have such little brilliant details, whether it's a poster on the wall or like an envelope. Like in Breaking Bad, one of my favorite little bits of just like placing something is ooh. You don't think he carnages it already, do you? He does have 3 energy. Um, but it's an envelope in like season 3, I think it was, on a desk. But yes. Anywho, long story short, what's great about Twitch is like there's really you don't pause it. You know what I mean? And what I was getting with the other thing is so like I watch shows, like watch them. But even shows that I've seen a few times, like if I try to put an episode of Breaking Bad on, or uh, I don't know, The Wire, whatever, I'll find myself just watching it. You know what I mean? And like not paying it. Like, it becomes now my primary screen instead of just in the background. Or I find myself pausing it because I am focused. All right, so this is one of my favorite things about this deck. Is like one thing you can do is bait out a Shang-Chi, and then next turn, if I had initiative, I Sentry, bring it back down, and then I can Annihilus and he comes back up, for example. This is all awkward, though. We don't love most of this. I don't want to do that yet. Alright, F it. I don't play Marvel Snap. You do successfully mess with Matchy, though. There's no denying that. Not what we wanted. Great way. I'm not a fan of this location. But yeah, anyway, so Twitch is great because it like doesn't let me you know what I mean? I don't pause it and what do I do? What do I do? Wait, I definitely gotta change my playlist. That's next level trolling. Oh, that's a sick Wolverine variant. I like that. Aha! Great web. Strikes again. And we needed that. This is big. I can Shadow King this Wolverine. I love this. What you getting into tonight? I love that Wolverine. I have so many plays here. Okay. Do we just go ahead and do this? And no. We need to do that. That. And the next turn, we Annihilus. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I was there. That was hilarious. I didn't have that many to get refunded, I don't think. Oh man, he killed my hood before I can send it over. Enough said, bub. Ooh, he's not happy. Exams, are you, I'm guessing, in college? Damn it. Victory. College, or are those like work-based, profession-based exams? Ooh, we're almost an infinite. Most months I hit it before like the 13th of that month. Kind of slacking. Streaming the Shroud. Yeah, I'm not even like, I don't know, it probably could, but I worry that my computer wouldn't be able to run Enshrouded as well as I would want to. Because like I'd get everything built up and do all this, and then I'd start dropping frames in the middle of an absolute clusterfuck. That's dope. Study for exams. What, do y'all probably have like midterms coming up in like 3 weeks? A month, give or take? Ooh. I graduated from UGA. I definitely know those days. Ooh, I can make a bunch of centuries and make a bunch of hoods. One of my favorite, like, low-key things about this game, and it's like art, is look at my Zabu. So in general, I love when cards kind of like glow when they're grayed out. So like obviously I can't use them yet on this turn, not enough energy. But when they're in that shadow form, like look how dope his eyes and his, I don't know, I love that shit. 4 chapters. We have no midterms. Streamed at 5 a.m. Were you up early or is that like left over from the night before? Wow, look at these locations. I love the glow of his eyes. Almost every variant of Zabu has some form of glowy eyes. No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, that's a big reason I got into it is because so when I was younger, I loved Pokemon. The TCG, I like would compete in local tournaments. Even went to like a regional one. In Pokemon, I played the Yu-Gi-Oh, but never at like there was no place that ran tournaments or anything. Um, and then I even briefly got into the Dragon Ball Z TCG, but this was all like 1998 to 2002 ish. And then I didn't touch a TCG at all in any capacity for basically like 20 years. And then because I'm a big Marvel fan, I was okay. What do I do? Sorry, I think do I make 2 voids? I don't have a nihilist yet. Ah! All right, we'll just play him for now. Ah! I think I might have that one too. I've been flipping through. Oh, this is spooky if he's using that deck. Although, did my man just have a pure white base card death? Take a chance on me. All right, we have our Annihilus. Initially, when I built this deck, the day that Scar came out, I had Typhoid Mary in it, but I switched to Warpath just for the shits and giggles of it, because never used them since early days. And I've been loving the like outplay you can do with Shangs. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that here. I don't know what to do. Do I protect him? I think I make 2 of these. I'll certainly have. No, I'll probably lose initiative because I'm. What do I do? I think I do this. I'm doing it. 5 a.m. Sorry. But did you wake up at like 4:40 or something? You know what I'm saying? Or is that just you didn't go to sleep from the night before? Still have initiative? No. Damn it. Ooh. Ooh, we love this. Too bad we can't use it. And you know what they say? If you don't use it, you lose it. I think I might do a Tuma armor. No, but then I don't get the hood benefit. Damn. Doing that and that is really tempting. I then have a free Scar. I could play Hood Annihilus Scar. I would risk him filling up my right lane, though, which would then mean I can't send the Voids over. Send it. Tuma's about to be flopping around. We do lose the Warpath, which I was always going to do. Okay, he's a bot. That explains the all-white death. I should have snapped. My man's just put Invisible Woman on Bar Sinister. The Curse, you play Snap as well, right? Too bad I won't be able to use these demons. I don't want to snap now and it retreat. Never mind. Oh, gotcha. What got you out of it? Was it the like card acquisition model? Just got tired of it? One thing that helps me play this game more than say like, so a couple years ago I got into Marvel Future Fight, which is a mobile only game. I got into it heavy for like 2 years, but I don't like, I hate being on my phone too much. It's a double whammy actually. I hate being on my phone too much, and I hate my phone not being available in case of emergencies or something. So, and like for work or whatever. So it's like playing mobile games is like a double whammy to me sometimes. Like, A, I'm on my phone, and B, I'm using it and depleting its battery so it's not. Anywho. Um and I always said, I was like, dude, if this game came out on the Switch, Nintendo Switch, I'd be obsessed with it. And that's kind of how, like, basically, that's why I haven't fallen out of Snap, because of the PC version of it. The major fundamental flaw. You want to elaborate? I think I know what you mean for the most part, and I agree. I'm definitely not one of those like. I think to some degree there's definitely deck-based matchmaking. I don't think it deliberately necessarily tries to find you a bad matchup for you every time to like necessitate you losing, but I do think it does a couple different checks for certain cards in your deck, and I damn sure think that if you've lost a couple in a row where you're like down, they like throw you a bot or something, or somebody really bad to kind of like satiate you. I'm so close to infinite. I'm one big win away. I want Coal Obsidian for this deck. Again, I made it when Scar came out, and then Coal Obsidian shows up. I'm like, oh my god. Although, do I even hold on? I just realized I don't have up on. I do not have Untapped up. We don't want this yet. That's one of my favorite avatars / variants for sure. Ooh, a Nihilist, bro. A Nihilist, bro. What up, Ryan? I saw 2 decks straight for 18 matches. Okay, again, I'm not doubting that at all. Ooh, what do we do here? Because I definitely feel that first part where, like, especially when the meta's real bad and it's just like the same decks over and over and over to a nauseating degree. Deck wise, I'm trying to get my Untapped back up. I don't know why it wasn't up. Oh, it needed an update. That's not what we wanted on our turn 3. I'm sure it hurts him probably more than me, to be honest here. We also have Shadow King in case it's a destroy deck. We are playing like a. It's an Annihilus deck, I guess, at its core, but it's something I built the night before Scar came out, like a month and a half ago or whenever that was. Hold on, let me get this back up. And like basically, when I read Scar's thing, I started to like, how do I get 10 plus power cards out early? And obviously, my mind went to the 4-drops. So essentially, I built like a Zabu 4-drop deck at its core. Okay, really. And initially I didn't have Warpath. I had Typhoid Mary, and like the 0 was there. Hold on. I have both I have Annihilate, Annihilation. Got Scar. Don't know how I feel. Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Because he dropped a Series 5, not Battle Pass. Ooh, I see you. No, you keep initiative. You keep it. You keep it. You sure you don't want it, bud? I think you want it. You want it. I think he wants it, chat. And when I say it, I mean... I don't know what I mean. Do I play this for shits and giggles? How did this get to? Forge. Ah, he chained him. I'm dumb. Send him back. Get out of here, 2-power. We don't want it. Lost cause. While y'all are out here, I need to run. Since y'all followed me off stream, let's do a little. The Cursed. The Lost Cause. Thank you, by the way. Also, thanks for being here today. Where you at? Leafy? You're at the top. You were fighting it. Okay, he has initiative still? I should have snapped. Whoa, what did he do? Hold on. Tricky. What did he do? He brought his Nico and his Forge back. Dude, I have a couple plays, actually. I mean, as tantalizing as a Nihilist looks, Zero into Tuma into Demon looks tasty, too. Do we use mine or do we use his? Weird. Weird. I think I go left here. Because presumably, let's assume he annihilates me. Annihilates me. We're doing it for 2 cubes. Send it? No, he's not going to send it. Oh, cheeky. Well, I'm sending him to you, buddy. I'm sending him to you. I think I win middle right. Ooh, he just got sucked off. He just got sucked off really well. A little casserole. Too bad I don't have a challenge to win all 3 locations. I couldn't get that one done last week. I was at 2 or 3 of the 4. Sorry, initially Lost Cause, I didn't reply to that because I thought you were replying to the curse. But if that's to me, let me know. And I'll reread it. I'm rereading it now anyways. Oh, yeah. See, it is a great paradox. That's a great question. I mean, it's a... Because, like, it's almost like the phoenix and the feather, the chicken and the egg, right? Like, who... Yeah, like you said, which accounts to as a favorite. That's why I don't necessarily think it picks counters. But I do think it does a couple things. Obviously, there's got to be a skill aspect to it. Like, people within a certain, not only, like, rank, but probably more prominently collection level, first and foremost. Which I think we're all fine with that matchmaking, right? That's kind of fundamental in games now. But I, like, how do I word this? Like, if I use a Cerebro deck, I don't necessarily feel like I get put against people with Hazmat and, you know, sucky things, right? But I do feel like if I build whatever deck, and if I have armor in it, I'm less likely to go against destroy decks. But if I just take that armor out, that's literally the only thing. And swap it with another 2-cost card. Let's just say Goose. So still kind of restrictive in a way. 2 cost. I'll see more destroy deck. Like that, I do feel that. And so people playing destroy decks that day probably do feel like, man, of course, all my opponents have armor. But meanwhile, I'm simultaneously feeling like, man, I put armor in my deck to cuck death decks, and then I don't see them. And then I take armor out because it's like, okay, well, I don't need this tech card. I'm going against Shuri decks. Let me take armor out and put Shang-Chi in. Now I don't see the Shuri decks, and I'm seeing the what were we just talking about? The other thing. The thing with the stuff. The destroy decks. That's why I quit. But I mean, again, I definitely feel there's a couple things. Again, I feel like if you're in a really bad rut after a certain time, it definitely gives you a T-ball thing. And I think capitalizing on when it gives you that T-ball match is crucial. I also think if you get them too much of a hot streak, they humble your ass quickly. All of a sudden, you go against somebody who's regardless of counters and whatnot, they have like god splits for all 12 cards, and you're like, these motherfuckers play that deck daily. They know every in and out, they know every line, every counter line. They're snapping before you even realize what location turned over, or they're retreating, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, I do feel like there is some, but I don't really feel like I get countered. I just feel like that the counters that I sometimes try to use get like nullified, you know? Is it? I'm not dropping any frames. In fact, I've only dropped 2 frames out of almost 90,000 since I started to stream. Is it because of the song Africa by Toto? It's got you a little in your feels. But I hope it cleans up. Love Goose sometimes. Nice. Yeah, there's oh dude, Galactus is not he's not a liked character in around these parts. His name is Error. I am seeing a lot of Annihilus decks though, you know? Wow, what a turn to play Sentry if I wanted to. I think you think he's a Darkhawk and a Nihilus deck, or just a Nihilus? Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, not to sound cocky, but I guess it's about this more talks about how busy I've been this past week. But I normally hit Infinite around like the 13th of a month, not for any particular reason. If no, it does kind of like how the flow happens. Vibranium wouldn't be bad. It's decently powered stuff to clog up right in case I don't pull my own Annihilus. I will agree with that. And the curse, there's been numerous times where I've gotten fed up. Like I have texts I can send you one of my buddies who I got into the game midway through last year. Maybe before midway. I think he was around before the Guardians season, which was May. I only know that because the Guardians movie came out. Pretty easy. I'm still trending. Yeah. Okay, I think we put Century middle, so I don't get any more rocks. We got enough. I've been to the 5 o'clock free crack giveaway. Make Scar cheap as hell. And then next turn I can armor to protect. Yeah, let's do that. We'll have a juicy mid and I can just put armor in there. And then Scar left. Turn 6, Atuma right. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I gotta... To screw me is apparently auto-modded. Hey! See, I knew this was a Nihilus deck. Alright, sorry. Let me catch up Lost Cause in a sec. Sorry. Oh, what a turn! Okay, we protect homies. This game has underrated. No, they're pretty well rated. But like the sound design, and this is part of why I even put Warpath in the deck. I'm weird like this. Like I just like to be reminded of. Hold on, where did it go? You hear the like rainmakers that work. Even though I don't know why it's going off because I'm not nullifying that, but. Oh wait! I need to put this middle. I almost fucked up. I was so worried about the damn maracas. They're definitely confirmation bias, and then I'm not snapping well at all right now. I definitely, and then I work in analytics, so the concept of like honestly, I'm just kind of edging. I'm edging us all until I hit infinite. But a quote that I learned in college, speaking of if Leafy's still here, is in one of my stats class is like how does it go? The plural form of anecdote isn't data. And it's like, damn, that kind of like I've used that a lot when having like sports conversations and stuff. Oh, but to curse if you're still there, I've had streaks where I've texted my buddy who I got into the game, and like, man, I'm done, you know, that kind. Uh, there's been sometimes where I've had to go on deck purges. Like I don't have faith in anything I've ever built, old or new, and then I immediately just like basically delete every deck. Ooh, I love Elysium, best location in the game. Before you go. Oh yeah, the amount of time it's got better because I feel like a good amount of cards that have come out over the last 5-ish months are less reliant on RNG. Um, but in the early days, like the first 6-ish months, Hela and Dracula would infuriate me, especially because I didn't get Dracula till I was like collection level 400. Oh, we do this so we can't be pulling shit to Craven Moorhead. I think we do this and that. Sorry to rope and my bad, Noah. Poison, break my divine. Yesterday I faced. Oh yeah. And then especially since I didn't have Dracula myself forever. But you know, there's nothing more frustrating when that Dracula hits. Like you're winning by 18 and it hits the rude. And it hits the Infinite, and it's like you click and you're like, that motherfucker had 5 cards in his hand. It just hit that 1 and 5. Are you kidding me? Or Hela drops him in like the part. You're like, she just dropped 5 cards, and literally any other permutation when I win, and that's what she drops. That's how I feel sometimes, or used to feel a lot. Ooh, see, I love these. Again, nothing better. Like it feels really satisfying. I'm not gonna be able to do it here, but you Warpath, you bait out the Shang, you play the Sentry. Again, it's not gonna work here. And then when they go to Shang you, your Warpath's back down to 5 because the Void is on the right. And then when you Annihilus, you not only get him getting -10, your Annihilus is 6, but Warpath's going back up 5. Ah! Why'd you snap? Speaking of people with inked out and like cool variant decks. Ghost Spider, okay. She's gonna be juicy. That +3 now is nuts. Ooh, but we also have this. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Actually, no, because his Shang would reveal before my Void goes over there. But that's okay. I think we're still going to Shadow King that dagger before it gets any bigger. And maybe that? He still easily wins the left. But I make him have to at least worry about it. Fuck. Bitch. I don't even know. I could count the amount of times. Sorry, I advertise. I need to splurge for Spotify Premium. I use Apple Music though on my phone. Okay, we've already lost the Warpath, so we might as well do this little Johnson. I have a 1 and 3 to get Annihilus. Praise. When did this become a 4-cuber? Noah! Rude, man. I haven't been Stegron since Nom. Okay, we're okay with that. It only moves the first 2. Ooh, you win the left. Or do you? I'm just kidding, he does. Definitely does. Okay. This is another reason why you don't play Sentry unless you already have the Nihilus in your hand, usually. This is no bueno for your boy. I have to overcome 12 power on the right. Minus the triples suck. Well, quadruples suck once you consider me having to put something there to challenge that. No! That's my bad. I haven't. No, actually, that's great play by Noah. Stagron? I got Stagroned. That is a juicy left lane. A 2 cost 10 power. You love to see it. Escaped. Imagine he also retreated later. Okay, we gotta lock it in. I want to get over the line. When have I... Yeah, you're absolutely right. Or play Sentry behind the Cosmo that I had in the left lane. So to your point just now, I don't usually like to hood right. I know a lot of Annihilus players do, because you're sending both the hood and the void over potentially. But 2 reasons I don't. One is because I think it tells them that you're definitively an Annihilus deck, usually more so than putting hood elsewhere. They still, at least for the time being, have to consider you're a bounce deck. And then the other is, I like the concept of spreading the negative on, like ideally you're going -3 on one, -10 on another. But the alternative logic is you play the hood in case you don't eventually get your Annihilus. You can play the Sentry because your right's filled. And you rather it be filled with a -3 than a -10. I'm sorry, Gabriel. You usually play it left or mid? Yeah, see, I'm the same. A lot of my opponents play it on the right. I'm like, I feel like that's a telltale. All that said, we have a Nihilus in hand. It's crazy to think he has initiative here. I mean, this is solid, but like, I can't bait him out. You know what I mean? I don't want to bait him out. Yeah. That's another good dynamic. I wouldn't get the Scar discount yet, or at all. This is the second time today, not in my stream, one I was watching someone earlier, way this morning, that I've seen someone forge a Zabu. Unlucky that. Atuma is phenomenal in Dark Dimension. But also don't get the discount. This is spooky. I'm seeing all kind of cards I don't see often. I'm here for it, 1000%. There's nothing I hate more than a stale meta. But I'm about to send that -5 to you, young Gabriel. I think we go ahead. Do we sneaky Annihilus? He actually at this point has no idea I'm an Annihilus deck. You think? Maybe with Man-Thing, yeah. This one's tricky. I think I just hide him there. I think I hide him. I want to snap. I just snap. Don't want it. Make it happen, Creed. Are you on the game right now, Lost Cause? Okay, two things obviously coming to mind. A, you called it. You called it. Well done. 100% called that. B, my Annihilus sneaky butt time. I was just asking if you were playing the game currently. This is great, but also bad. I would love to be able to play Sentry on the left, because then my, like, obviously if I play him middle, my Annihilus won't send him over. Ooh, if he only knows what I have hidden in my pants. What's worth more? This is technically worth 4. I lose Warpath on the left, but I'm also sending him -6. Or do I just scar mid? Definitely win the middle. I'd be at 23, 27, 30 something. He'll go -6. Nice. We didn't exactly bait the Shang out like the whole thing, the gimmick, but good enough. I didn't lose my card. I love this. Oh, yeah. So historically, my least favorite card in the game is Shang-Chi. I couldn't stand him. I've grown to, like, you know, appreciate him more. Them nerfing him a smidge definitely helps. But I used to be a believer of, like, again, I hadn't played card games, TCG, in like 20 years. I went from a kid to a grown man. Life, you view things differently, right? So I'm sure when I was a kid, I didn't mind this. But initially, when I started playing this, I hated Shang-Chi because in my mind, I'm over here like, okay, for 4 cost, you can play a card like Warpath, or like you could play something that gives you power, or you could play something that hurts someone else. Like that's kind of how I viewed it. It was like, why not just try to challenge me vertically? Why? It just felt like somebody was just trying to chop me out at my knees. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of philosophically how I felt about cards like that. Where it's like, oh, and I used to, or like Leech. It's like, why would you play a card that just denies your opponent when you can play any of the 5 cost cards that boost you? But then I kind of grew to understand, especially with Shang-Chi. Leech, still different story, but you know, there is that sometimes you're just like, it's kind of cool to have that reversal card almost, right? That like swing. I have, as I said in Matchy's stream yesterday, I've always believed he should. All right, we get it on this one. I feel like he should only destroy 1 enemy card, or I'm sorry. My first thought is I think he should destroy all 10 plus powered cards at that location, including your own. And if they have to give him a 4/4, 4/5 stat line like Enchantress to compensate, so be it. But like, I just always thought it's kind of like a person could just play him on a Gamma's lab and it's almost like a free win because your Hulk's fine, their Hulk isn't. Anywho, long story short, I'm a lot cooler with Shang-Chi now, but it still feels damn good to bamboozle him. Yeah, oh yeah. And they used the terminology in one of the early patch notes I read, or like this is back in late 2020, late 22 or early 2023, and they used, what was the term? Release valve. They said that he's an important release valve, and I'm like, that is phenomenal, like imagery. I will take it. I agree. Okay, we normally don't like putting armor on the right because if they fill up, it won't kill my voids and stuff. But like at the same time, I gotta remember Baxter Building's only worth 3. It's not the Nexus or anything, you know. And if they have a Killmonger, so be it. Oh, for sure. For sure, for sure. In fact, what up, Ego? Um, in fact, if Kyera ever becomes too much of a problem, they might actually have to even I don't know. Actually, Enchantress is in a really good spot, so I don't know. Ooh. Two Baxter buildings. This is thematic. Given the whole Fantastic Four cast announcement and everything, I see what you're doing, Second Dinner. I see what you're doing. Mickey Mouse, Bob Iger, they're very proud of y'all right now. You are as I don't know if y'all are familiar with the show 30 Rock. As the homie Jack Donaghy would say, corporate synergy. Corporate synergy. The game was like, you're gonna have an armor on the right, damn it, and you're gonna like it. I love rocks. I love rocks. I also forgot to unmute my spot. All right, while y'all are here, help me remember if you start hearing the music become an advertisement, tell me so I can mute it, and then if it goes on for a little while, just tell me no music. What song did I end on? We're gonna re-listen to Africa because just cause. If I had a nihilist, I'd rock chalk Jayhawk his ass. I don't think it's worth the risk. In case I don't draw them, I have a what 1 in 6 chance. I am indeed diehard since about 2007. The first Liverpool match that I can remember that I watched that like truly sticks with me is one of the Chelsea and Chelsea. Well, because one of my best friends in high school, who's more or less the reason I got into soccer football, is a Chelsea fan. So one of my first, like, it kind of helps like making that fandom land, especially when you're getting into a sport really, and like is to have that like friendly banter with someone. So we had that with the those Champions League semifinals that Liverpool and Chelsea played in 2007 and 2008. There was a couple in a row: Jose Mourinho, Rafa Benitez. I vividly remember. So back in the day, okay, late 2022, Arrow was a problem. Arrow was probably the best card in the game with all metas was shaped. And I got so muscle memory locked in that, like, so in the past, I would play this card just in case they tried to, you know what I mean, as like an Arrow counter. Nowadays, I don't think it's needed as much, but yes, sir. You'll never walk alone indeed. Hell yeah. About the ghost goal. Now, technically, that was in 2005. And so I can't say that I was like I watched that game live as a fan. But obviously, in the years since, I've brushed up on a lot of Liverpool history. Which one? The one Liverpool lost, or the one that came from behind 3-0? I'm presuming the one 3-0. Since you said you'll never walk alone. Oh, it's yeah, '07. So like I was only an American sports fan, like growing up, die hard. Still like, it's kind of one of those things. As I've had less time and my footy fandom grew, basketball or first baseball drifted down the like totem pole, and then basketball somewhat, but anyways, I was American sports fan, and then in high school, two of my best friends were on my high school's soccer team. Right? Sorry, I say footy and I say football when I'm talking about it, but in the context of my friends in high school, they played soccer. So, anyways, I'm one cube away. So in that context, two of my best, and so a lot of times, my house was a good distance away from my school, probably like a 15-minute drive. So a lot of times after school, I would just go and kick it with some of my friends who lived closer to school. But especially because my mom made me wait a year to get my driver's license. Like waiting, like I had to get it a year later than I was supposed to, and so they would have to drive me places and shit. So, anyways, through them, like I started to just play FIFA. That started in like 2004. I would play FIFA, the video game, with them. I probably started in 04, 03, 04. Like one of my earliest memories is a FIFA game, and I would use France, and they had Henri, obviously, but they also had Nicolas Anelka. This was before Malouda became important for France, but Nicholas, I could absolutely, on FIFA 2003, send piss missiles with Nicholas Anelka. I mean, 45-yard howitzers. And so that started it. Then I started to go to my high school's games just to like root on the homies. And but the thing was, they were good. Like some of my best friends were all state. Got college. Some went to play in college. Some at least got offers, but chose to go for academics because like they knew that they, you know, as an American, you're not really gonna. He's basically like a brilliant engineer now. He makes bank. He makes far more money than he ever would have doing any path in American soccer, right? I don't know what to play here. Can we just do that? This one's a tricky one. We do have 0 for a Tuma on turn 4. But so they were good. Our team was good. We competed for state titles. And so it was just like easy to kind of like, okay, that's kind of what bedded me in. And that was around 2005, right? Then 2006 comes, World Cup, Summer World Cup in Germany. And at this point, I'm 16. We all have our driver's license, and so we would always go over to this. What do I do here? I do like how Atuma can come here, and he can't Shang-Chi me there. I don't like how I can't zero the middle now because of my Cosmo. I'll get back to that thought in a minute and catch up on chat. Sorry. I'm one of those, at least until I get to where my chat's on, like, if that'll never happen, but I'll always go back up and reread. I'm sorry, it's going to take me a second. Okay, I think we do this and this. And call it, sorry, Phoenix. 0 left, Atuma right. But then Atuma can get Shang-Chi. I mean, sure, I can potentially armor him, but here he's safe from Shang-Chi unless a Zabu comes out. That was my thinking, at least. The one. Yeah, 1 on penalties. Was Edgar Davids a goalkeeper? I think the answer, I think no. I think that one had Ronaldinho on it. Ooh. Old background. Ooh, he got purple. Purple's as probably ideal of a color for your flare or whatever, your effects, as you can get with Psylocke. That looks great. What did I play? Just Scar? We can do better than that. Right? No, we really can't. I don't like what he's about to do to me. Honestly, in the position I'm in, I probably could have snapped him. And they would have retreated, and I could have gotten a backdoor infinite. Little backdoor. New York is always so tricky. So tricky. Ooh, but I do have... Wait a minute. Ooh, wait a minute. You think he moves a She-Hulk? Almost certainly. I can also shadow. Ooh, no, we Shadow King left just to be safe. Just to be safe. And then we do that. No, there's no point of doing that because we still lose middle. Hold on. This is one of the problems I've historically faced, where I try to compete for 3 lanes too often. So putting me at 4 and him at 1. I'm glad I didn't commit to trying to Shang-Chi him. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat because for a couple reasons. One, I'm locked in. I want to get infinite. Two, I don't want it to look like I needed help to get infinite. Was a colorblind guy that wore those glasses. Oh, dude. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Yeah, nah, was he on a cover of a FIFA? That might have been late 90s. I might not have ever heard of Edgar Davids. I think I've seen him though when you say the glasses, but you say were key to change Barcelona's route. The guy who I thought I was thinking of with Edgar definitely wasn't at Barcelona. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I have no idea. FIFA 01. Yeah, that it was no earlier than 2003 when I started on those. Oh, sorry. On that thought, wait. First, let me hit infinite. I'm everywhere right now. That one's a clean win. I had fucking to figure out the infinite. Haha. I didn't even mean that. I just because I did this, and then never mind. For 6 months, but he was crucial. What did he play? Edgar Davids. Is it no. Edgar Davids? What nationality is he? Dutch. The Dutch have had a fundamental impact on Barcelona. There's no denying that. That's a clean ass. I love this freaking. Look at this. Netherlands. I fucks with that. I didn't mean to click on it. Lord knows where this is taking me to. That's clean. I've really fucks with that collar. Although at first glance you would not be like wrong in assuming he was a referee. Between the black and white on the the sleeves, cut whatever you call those, the end of a sleeve. It's best for Juventus and Ajax. Juve. We finally hit her. See, like here's a good example. I'll show you what I mean by sometimes how early I can hit infinite versus this month is. And I'm glad they do this because I like how they're chronologically sorted. Game. Okay, here we go. What's a good month? So like, you know how the infinite reward is always a variant to a battle pass card back. So like some months you'll see that like, okay, I got the battle pass first, then infinite, right? I missed infinite the Goose season and the Guardians. This one hurt. This one stung so bad. Not only because I was at like 98 and I just got sloppy with it, let myself drop to 92, got to the end of the month, couldn't salvage it. But it was a gold cassette tape. It looked so good. Anyways, but then I started, after that, I haven't missed infinite again since last May. And so again, I get battle pass first, then infinite. But then I kind of lock in. I fucking lock in. So I get, not only do I get the infinite before the battle pass, I got it before, what was the other one? Was it this? Yeah. I got it before the other like, you know what I mean? I got it before either one. I was on it that month. What was another one? This one. Got this before I got this. Then I'm like, okay, stop flexing, Creed. Then I kind of get back in line. And they all go in order. But for a couple months, I was hitting it like 8th or 9th. This one I hit it before. So last month, hit it before I got the Battle Pass one. And then this one. At the 5th tier in England. Well, you got to land somewhere, they say. I don't know if they actually say that, but it feels okay to say. Ooh, my internet's starting to drop. That rarely happens. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but all right. Have any of y'all heard of the game Helldivers? I need to win with Black Swan in my deck. I don't buy the pass. Ah. I get what you mean now. I just get the infinite. At first I thought you meant to say like I just got 2 infinite, like you also hit it, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, I normally spend between like 15 and 25 a month. 10 at minimum for sure because I buy the battle pass every month. But I'll like if there's like a good $5.99 bundle or something, I'll get that. I've never spent more than 20 on a single bundle. And only then I've done that twice. There was a Dr. Octopus maybe like 7 months ago. That was $20. Might have been 25, but again, that's where I cap. And then even then I don't do that often. So like I spend money, I'm definitely not free to play, but I'm far from like not only am I far from a well, I would say I'm far from even what Matchy spends on this game. Yeah, it's like a first off, if you're familiar with the movie Starship Troopers, it's heavily inspired by Starship Troopers. You're going around and you're killing like bugs and stuff, but it kind of plays like what's a good example? So I'm trying to think of one that's also kind of mainstream that someone might know, but like it's a very co-op based game. It's really fun. You drop in, and then you have like a mission space, and then like maybe on the map there's like 2 objectives that you have to do, but then there's like some side ones you can do for extra XP and loot. But you're essentially killing bugs, big bugs or robots. We finally got to the robots, me and my buddy last night. And they kind of look like the Terminator robots running at you. It's actually fucking wild. But it's just like epic. I mean, you're calling in an airstrike. You call in like, you throw your little thermal grenade or whatever. And then this giant ship in space just rains fire. And you just see bug parts flying up. It's just really good fun. Like, it reminds me of a video game in the 2000s or something that was just like good or late 90s where it's like it almost seems like a good couch, like a game that you know what I mean, like you just hop on, it's just fun for an hour or two, shit blows up, you have to like get to the extraction before the timer ends. Nah. I mean, Halo in the sense of the setting, for sure, definitely futuristic sci-fi, space marines fighting like alien creatures and stuff. But it doesn't really like play out gameplay wise. It's kind of more. Fuck. I don't even know what a good example would be. If y'all ever played the Aliens game, there's like an Aliens Firestorm game. That's probably not a great one. Oh, Left 4 Dead. If you ever play like Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood. So not necessarily like Call of Duty zombies, more like Left 4 Dead, where people also will have different loadouts. Like you load in, like you can load in with a shotgun, and I can load in with like a sniper, for example. You can have yourself equipped to have like call in a rocket launcher, an orbital airstrike, and like I don't know, like healing for the party, right? And then I can go in with like an assault rifle, So there's that kind of. You're also trying to build yourself to be a unit, fill different roles. Like sometimes you need things to like the bugs are coming out of the ground and you need to throw a grenade into like a hole to close their little nest. And so yeah, anyways, what cards am I missing? Silver Samurai, Howard the Duck. It's like 5 cards. Newest, unowned, Oh, I forgot. 2 new cards were added. I didn't get any of the most recent ones. So we're now at 7. 3, 5, 7. Those guys. Beta Ray, Hercules. Honestly, I never wanted Galactus. I just genuine Warhammer's another good one. Or I think this might also be a Warhammer game, but it's called like Vermintide. Uh I just remember it's like something colon Vermintide. Like that's the subtitle. But yes, that kind of game where it's very co-op friendly. I mean, you can play single player, but you're gonna more often than not be loaded in with other people. It's just really fun. I missed 14, but I have Samurai and Bill. Yeah, I want Bill. A couple months ago, I had this awesome Thor monkey deck I loved. This was like 2 or 3 months ago, and he would obviously fit really well in it. But yeah. Yeah, a couple weeks ago I got Galactus when I loved seeing that I never owned him. I just didn't want to even own him. That's how strong the PTSD was. You know how long it's been since I played Punisher? I have not even equipped. I guess I equipped this as a favorite when I got it, but like, I was. Anyways, I love the Noir set. I also love how on PC they added this ability. This wasn't always something you can do in the game. It's just like type in a set and see all of the ones that you had for that set. It was announced he was dropping a series. Oh, that stings. My first season? No, my first season was the like global launch season, which was October, I think, of 2022. It was you got a variant for Miles. Miles was the card. It was like a symbiote inspired season. He might not actually have been the battle pass card. I don't remember, but I do know you got a Carnage variant and you got a Spider Woman variant, which are hold on. Barn. You got these two. I don't remember I think it was Miles. But the season was also themed around the symbiotes. So I don't know. Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. You started with Guardians. That might have been around the first time they did Twitch drops. So I think that is there's been a couple, especially last year. There was a couple moments where I'm sure their like player base spiked. A couple times throughout the Twitch drops. The big one was when they had their official like Steam release and it came out of like early access or whatever they were calling it. But yeah, I mean, this is this to this day is still one of my favorite variants they've ever done. But I like the blue on blue too much to chase an elite split. Once they give us the ability to like change the border, like let me go and split this. Like for example, if I split this, but then later I want to move it back to the purple border. That's what although that's not a great example because this looks fantastic with the infinite, but you get what I'm saying. Miles was the card. Yeah, I was kind of confused because I also don't think we got a Miles symbiotic. That word works, sort of, but that's anyways. I think this was the battle pass. This was the season pass variant. So it was just kind of it threw me for a loop because you would think they would have done one of these where maybe the symbiote had gotten it on Miles. This card is phenomenal though. If you've ever seen the movie Into the Spider-Verse or Across, first off, if you haven't, do it. They're phenomenal. But yeah, this is obviously heavily inspired by that, and it goes so bonkers. A card that I don't want to split. Mainly because I don't want to lose the background. I mean, I know you don't lose it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I love the red on red with the city lights. Like, if I split it, sure, I could come back to this card, but then it would be infinite with the city lights. Movies are, they're so good. They're so good. The second one, there's like, how did I word it when I left the theater to my buddy? But like, there's a few times where, in general, with movies, When you leave seeing them the first time, at least I like, I'm fascinated by how certain shots were done. Like, damn, how did they have to put it on a helicopter? Did they use a crane? What, like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like cinematography choices. That happens with live action movies for me more than animated ones. But that second, especially the second one, I walked out and there was like 9 different sequences in that movie, the second Spider-Verse movie, where I'm like, instead of thinking of like how a cameraman set up his camera, the lighting, me pick like if you've seen the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant, several shots in that left. I left seeing that the first time. Like, did those motherfuckers have to wait hours to get the sun? Like that's what I was thinking. Like I start picturing the crew waiting for the sun to set or the sun to rise at a right moment because like the lighting is anyways. So that's usually it's like I'm visualizing a cameraman or something with that. I left the second Spider-Verse movie actually visualizing artists with like pens and pencils and markers, and obviously they're doing it a lot on like Surface Pros and stuff like that now. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I actually sat there and I was like, if you've seen it, I'm not sorry if there's a lurker out there. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll still keep it vague. It's like an art exhibition. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. The to keep it spoiler free ish. It's been the movie's almost been out a year now, but obviously when we go to Gwen's universe, and first off, if you go to the first movie, it's really cool how like each realm, each dimension has like a different art, not just style, but like aesthetic, even, you know? It's like culturally different. And that's reflected in all number of ways. And like, so they almost like juiced it up with steroids with Gwen's because it's like that oil painting. And I'm not, again, I don't know if there's lurkers, I don't want to spoil anything, but like that blew me away. Not only the oil painting nature, I thought it was perfect. Like it had those pastel colors and the light pinks. It was just perfect for her. But it was also when like she got set. I don't. There's a moment where her emotions change, and the oil painting brilliantly reflects the emotions that she's experiencing in that moment, as if we're almost in her mind painting and like we're experiencing what the tools that an artist would use would be effective. Like it's just brilliant. It's so good. The Lego section in the second one. Oh yeah, they did. Yep, absolutely, super freaking cool. All of it. Okay, so first off, thanks again for y'all following Lost, and I haven't done yours yet, Ego, because you also followed me when I wasn't streaming. But my stepbrother texted me a little bit ago, and he's stopping in for a surprise visit. He's in town. He flew in yesterday, apparently, hanging out with friends last night. So I'm actually gonna. I hate this. Like, I don't have an active chatter. I don't have an active chat near as much as this as I love. Like, I love this. I want to bounce back, talk movies, shows with y'all all night. But I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna spend a little time with him. I'm gonna try to stream again in a bit. But you know, it's one of those where like that's what I looked at my phone a little bit, and it was one of those where like, haven't seen him in months. Super stoked to see him, but at the same time, it's like now I got the homies in chat. I've only been streaming an hour. But absolutely. I will, like I said, I'm going to try to stream later. I think I'm going to play Helldivers if y'all are down to kick it. I know y'all are Snap players, but I did get most of my missions done. Oh, you know what I almost forgot to do? Because they're freaking hidden all the time. I hate how the events make you go to like a separate site and shit. This should be what I need. Does that put me over the line? It does. Let's go. I almost forget to collect those. I kind of want to open that on stream, but I have to restart the game and all that. I appreciate that, Ego. If anyone else is still there lurking, thank you so much for stopping by. I like the cruise or the cursed. Like I said, I am gonna be streaming in a little bit, maybe about 2 hours. If not, y'all enjoy your Friday night, and I'll definitely be streaming this weekend. What was I gonna say? Tomorrow is Liverpool. They play, and So that tomorrow morning I'll be working for that. Again, I don't know if y'all know Lost Cause, but I work in sports analytics and actually for a company that's contracted by the Premier League. So like basically any the night before any Liverpool match is like, especially with me in America, I have to work based on their time frame. So obviously being 5 hours behind, I kind of it's really tricky. Basically, like I'll have to do all nighters sometimes. Sometimes I'll be up from like 1 to 5 in the morning. Anywho, so I'm gonna try to stream a little bit. Um, I don't know if I can say that. I know that sounds fishy, but like this is how it's like locked down. I can't even legally compete in fantasy Premier League. Like I can do La Liga because that's not like my. Even though, for example, this week I had to do assignments based on the Champions League, right? I both had to do Man City's match against who'd they play? I know this. I know this. I just did. I do. I've gone over so much footage the last 2 days. Um, but anyways, I had to do Madrid's and I had to do City's Champions League match. So sometimes that gets a little weird. But long story short, I can't legally do fantasy Premier League. It's really what? Okay, I thought it was Copenhagen. I wasn't sure because I also remember seeing an interview about with Peter Schmeichel, and he like really recently, within the last like 14 hours, I watched something with him, and he was talking about Copenhagen. It was one of those I was scrolling, and he was, and so I was almost like I thought City did, but I was like, why would Peter Schmeichel be bitching about Copenhagen? And then so I was like, did United lose to them? No, no, no. I remember now. City played them. He was talking about in reference to United losing to them in the group stage. I remember now. I salvaged it. But anyways, yeah, two of my buddies have been like asking for years to do fantasy Premier League, and I don't know why. I think it's kind of dumb. I think the logic is it's not like I can impact a game. So like even if I know deeper analytics, it's not like sometimes there's rules for like anti-betting purposes, and like match fixing, but like I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't want me to profit from that as part of my contract. I have no idea, but I just play it safe and don't do I do fantasy American football, but I can't do Premier League.